check. Call me stay on the hardwood. Pump bacon, rip shaking, chillin' with. I be rolling out off the hardwood straight.
This week on Off the Hardwood, Raptors Eric Montross and Michael Bradley sit down for some seafood and stories with Paul Jones on Captain John's Floating Restaurant, and also our weekly highlight reel.
Inside now, and time to chow down, but also a time for all of us to chat a bit. Now, we talked about Michael leaving Massachusetts. It was a little bit different when you left that basketball crazy state of Indiana to go to North Carolina.
It was not a very popular decision in the Hoosier state, but through my mother didn't really care for the hate mail that we got in the mailbox and that type of thing. But those things, it was a good decision for me, one that has held me in good stead, one that I really enjoyed. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand about collegiate athletes is that it's a very selfish decision. It's one that pretty much directs you for the rest of your life. Anyone who's attended school, college away from home, and even if you're in state, that's a path that you go down for the rest of your life, and you're molded by that. And that's where I met my wife. And so those are things that I always look back on and feel very, very good about.
Obviously a great career at North Carolina, including a championship. Now, you're a Celtic fan. They draft Eric Montross as the first pick. What was your reaction to that?
Careful. Be real
you want
careful.
The truth, or you want me to
okay.
cover it up?
No, this is the truth. We're telling people the truth here.
Well, I like you, Eric, but I'll tell you what. It's taken them. This year they're having a pretty good year, and this is the first time since they've drafted him that they've finally had a good year. So all these years they've been.
They made the playoffs.
Plagued.
They made the playoffs my rookie year.
You know, so the Red Sox got the curse of the Bambino, the Celtics got the curse of Montross.
Just because you were 6 when I was drafted.
I couldn't have been any more mad. I mean, number 9 pick, and they take this guy.
Well,
yeah.
Did you ever think now you're going to have to eat this because I know he gives it to you in practice. What's that like when you guys get a chance to play against each other in practice? Are you thinking about that at all, Michael?
Well, it's a good thing for him that Coach Wilkins has him at the 3 some, because if he came inside, he'd go from 6'9" to 5'9".
That's true, because he fouls me every time I go into the lane anyway.
Now, I know you guys hang out a lot, and this is, kind of like somebody said, oh, you're taking these two with you today, and my thing was, you're a rookie, and here's a guy who's been around the block. What have you learned from him, really?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, I've totally lucked out coming to a team where, everyone on the team is a great guy, and I get along with everyone, but to have someone who fits my personality and has been through everything that I've been through, it's just been a godsend for me. I mean, he's been great.
Now, it's my turn to ask Eric the loaded question. Did you look at the rookie and say, first-round pick, coming to a team that is hoping to make a move upward the way Michael came to Toronto, and say, I see myself a little bit in him? Did you look at that at all?
Oh, I think Michael came in, obviously a very highly touted collegiate player, coming to the pros as a high draft pick. He hasn't had much of an opportunity to play, but I think that he's got a lot of talent, and that's something that people haven't seen because he hasn't been on the court much. But he's got a great drive to improve himself, and you don't get to this level without a very strong work ethic. And he's obviously demonstrated that. He's demonstrated that to me with his desire to be on the court, to work behind the scenes when coaches aren't necessarily there. And those things will hold him in good stead in the future.
What do you say to him, Eric, the fact that Michael's not playing a lot?
I love you, man. I mean, it's tough because I mean, when I was with the Celtics, even though he doesn't appreciate me as a rookie at the Celtics, I was playing 40 minutes a game, so it's a little different situation from that standpoint. But it's a lot easier for us to say, hang in there, and just keep working hard in practice. But it's something that he'll have to, he's done a good job with dealing with. It's tough to come in, you're playing all the time in college, all of a sudden you're not the big man on campus. You're just another one of the 12 or 15 guys on the team who are very highly talented players, but he's not one of the guys who's on the court all the time. So.
Michael, what have you learned from coming in, and how do you stay sharp, the fact that you're not playing a lot?
At times it can be difficult. I mean, obviously I'm not getting the minutes on the court, but like today, I mean, didn't play last night, and today I come in and we have a light practice, but after practice I'm on the treadmill running and just trying to get a few shots up before practice, try to keep myself sharp, and it's basically just got to be self-motivated, and I am, and I'm going to stay in the weight room, stay running, stay working on my skills, and whenever my time can come to be called on, I'm going to try to be ready.
Michael, I know you have something that you're very proud of, and we talked about it a little bit before. Shooting 69% and owning a record, and maybe you can talk a bit about that.
Nobody else played on the team.
Oh, come on, no. That's something you're proud of, I know.
No, yeah, that's something I take pride in as a player. I mean, I like to not rush the game, not force anything, and when I'm open, I just try to take the best shot possible. And in college, I was fortunate enough to have my teammates set me up for easy shots and hold 2 records, Kentucky and Villanova, both school records.
Okay. Villanova, a place, we talk about North Carolina, and they've won a championship after you guys, so I guess he's got bragging rights there, but how much do you see or talk to the people involved with that '85 championship, which was the last one there?
I don't see them too often. I mean, a couple months ago there was a dinner back at Villanova where they bring back all the former players from past teams, and I got a chance to meet most of the team from the '85 year when they beat Georgetown. So just going back and being able to mingle with those guys at a special dinner like that was a great privilege.
That's it. Villanova has done it.
The guy whose record you broke used to play here in Toronto, Eddie Pinckney. Have you had a chance to speak with Eddie?
I did, but I didn't know that he held the record before me, so I'm looking forward to seeing him again now.
Okay, Eric, when you were in North Carolina and you played there again, another place, you played with the great Michael Jordan, or at the school where the great Michael Jordan played. Talk a little bit about the North Carolina tradition. Michael's told us a little bit about Villanova. Talk about North Carolina.
Well, I mean, North Carolina, obviously, if you're a basketball fan, you know who Dean Smith is, you know of the Carolina tradition. And that was just a fantastic experience for me. Everything from Coach Smith, who was a mentor on and off the court. He took a special interest in all the guys on the team as individuals, and not just as athletes, but as students as well. And just the way that the university, I felt like I grew a ton while I was in. I mean, and I'm not talking about height-wise. From a
personal standpoint.
From a very personal standpoint, you mature in the years that you're in school. You're coming out of high school. You really don't know how to behave and how to organize your life. And in that 4 years at school, you really mold yourself again. And those are influences that I really appreciate what Coach Smith and the university has done for all the guys that attended Carolina, but for me as well.
Michael, Eric hit on a key point. Coming into the league as somebody who's new, the changes around the lifestyle, how difficult are they to adapt to?
They're dramatic, but like Eric was saying, I mean, if you go to college with the right mind frame and learn it there, that makes the transition a lot easier. I mean, balancing time in college is probably the major thing. And then when you get here, for me, just the travel schedule and practice and what you're going to do with the rest of the day. So it's almost like the same thing in college, but just times 5, with all the traveling.
To both of you, do you look at some of the kids that are coming out from a high school standpoint now and say, how do they do it?
Yeah, personally, I know for myself, coming out of high school, I wouldn't have been prepared at all. And not just basketball-wise, because obviously you've got some incredible talents coming out basketball-wise, but I think a lot of times, even with the Tracy McGrady, who didn't play for the first couple of years very much, and he had to mature and move along at a slower rate, because there's that maturation process that takes a while for guys. And these kids 18 years old or 17, 18, 19 years old, and that's young. And you think about putting yourself in a position where all of a sudden you got a lot of money, you're totally in charge of your life. People expect you to be self-motivated to improve your game. This is not college. They don't teach the game of basketball very often or very well in the pros. And it's really a whole different lifestyle, and it's something that these guys have to adjust to. A lot of them haven't done their laundry. A lot of them haven't done the things that just maintain, organize their eating schedules. There are little things like that that take a lot.
Are you helping the rookie with that? I mean, you got a family, you're a dad. How about this guy? Is he getting a little bit of help from somebody with that?
Yeah, I'm taking care of him. I'm trying to teach him the road, show him a few good restaurants on the road, making sure he gets out. He still doesn't eat breakfast, but I'm working on that.
The whole lifestyle thing is an issue, Michael, and what would you be doing if things didn't work out from a basketball standpoint? Where do you see yourself?
I probably would have maybe gone into secondary education and maybe taught grade school kids. My brother's into that, and I've always enjoyed watching him and how he interacts with younger kids, and I probably would have followed somewhere in those footsteps.
Eric, what about you? What if basketball didn't enter your life after Carolina?
I think I would have pursued a law career. I would have gone to law school, and my father's an attorney, and something that's always, being a trial lawyer is something that I've always respected a lot.
You read them John Grisham books?
No, I don't actually, but it's something that when you believe in something, when you pursue it and are able to defend it or prosecute it, it's something that is a neat avenue, and it's a neat profession. It's something that you can take a lot of pride in, and I think it's also very competitive. So you have that competitive spirit that we've all experienced. As athletes, you have a competitive drive, and you can take that on into your profession.
Vince driving over Stackhouse to the cup with a right